everybody, welcome back to this Stone Dogs 40k. It's been a long time coming and I did promise I'd do this a while ago, but this is a 5-character playthrough of Alien Fate of the Nostromo using Ash, which kind of makes it much harder to win. So we're all set up and ready to go. The alien is in the nest. The morale tracker is on its full quota. Got encounter cards, got some reveal cards for the alien. We've got scrap tokens, 2 missions, 2 objectives, I should say. We've got dropped 2 coolant canisters in the docking bay, which is there, and then we've got bring an incinerator to the airlock, which is there. Okay, all of the characters are in the galley as per the setup pack, and we are all ready to go. So let's see who dies first. So before I start, I just want to get over the elephant in the room, which is that I still have not painted these minis and it is still making my teeth itch. However, I'm going to battle through, so yeah, hey, go me. Let's get started. So we've got Ripley, who is first, then Dallas, then Parker, then Lambert, then Brett at the end. Now, I played this game with some family members at the weekend, and although they enjoyed it, they were frustrated like you wouldn't believe that they lost. We all lost, and this was mainly because of being new to the game, and also a couple of things that probably I over-explained, which confused matters even more. So apologies to them. Hopefully this playthrough will go a lot smoother. So here we go. So Ripley is going to use all 4 of her actions to send Lambert into Mother. Lambert is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So Ripley draws this card. So the alien is going to move 1. Whoops, if he doesn't fall over. And then we're going to drop 2 additional scrap into Mother. There's already a, no, there isn't actually. So 2 scrap into Mother, and then a concealed token as well. Okay, Dallas is next. Dallas has the additional action, obviously. So Dallas is going to move 1, 2, 3. He's going to pick up that canister. 4, 5. Draws a card. Each crew loses 1 scrap. If Ash is in the ship, move him 2 spaces. 1, 2. Actually, mistake. Ash actually should pick up those 2 scrap tokens and then move 1, 2. Parker is next. Parker is going to move 1, 2, 3, and then use his action to add 1 scrap. Draws a card. Okay, alien moves 1. And then we need a concealed token and 2 scrap in the airlock. Okay, Lambert next. Lambert is going to pick up all of that scrap. She's going to pick up that coolant canister. That's 2 actions. She is then going to move 3, 4. Draw a card. Alien stalk. Okay, so closest character is going to be Parker. 1, 2, 3. We lose 3 morale. Parker runs 3 spaces. 1, 2. Conveniently, no. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then finally Brett. Brett only gets 3 actions. Brett is going to move 1, 2, and 3. Draw a card. 2 and 1 in the med bay. Alien moves 1. Okay, that's 1 round finished. So one of the things that I just missed is that when Ash moved into the same space as Dallas, he should have lost 1 morale. So I've just moved the morale tracker down 1 to reflect that. So we're now back to Ripley, and Ripley is going to go 1, 2. Then she's going to trade with Lambert for... What's she going to trade for? She's going to trade for 2 scrap. And she's going to use that 2 scrap with her last action to make a flashlight. So the flashlight allows her to reduce the amount of morale lost by 1. Can use it when it's not your turn. Does not stack with other flashlights. Unlimited use. No action required to use. So that's a flashlight. That's going to go on her card just there. She then needs to draw an encounter card, and we get suit storage 2 and 1, and the alien moves 1. Suit storage is just here, and the alien's going to move 1 towards Parker because he's closest. Okay, so we're then on to Dallas. So Dallas is going to... He's going to have to move, so he's going to move 1 to that space. False alarm. He's going to pick up that scrap for 2. He is going to... What's he going to do? He's also going to create a flashlight for 3 actions. And then he's going to move... What are our missions? So we've got to drop 2 coolant canisters in the docking bay, which is here. And then we've got to bring an incinerator to the airlock, which is there. So he's going to move his last 2 actions. 1, 2. Draw a card. Lost the signal. Return the alien to the nest. Place a concealed token in each room where no crew members or concealed tokens are present. Shuffle all alien encounter cards back into the encounter deck. Okay, alien to the nest. One there already. Need to put 1 in there. 1 in there. 1 in there. And I think, yeah, that is it. Yeah. Okay. Just going to shuffle these cards back in. I will be back in a second. Okay, so that is Dallas turn complete. We're now on to Parker. Parker is going to get some scrap for 1 action. He's then going to spend that scrap and build a motion detector, which is there, unlimited use. That's 2 actions. He is then going to move into medbay for 3 actions. That's a false alarm. And pick up that scrap for 4 actions. Drawing a card. 2 and 1 in equipment storage. And the alien moves 1. Equipment storage is down here. There's already a concealed token there, so we'll just put 2 scrap in there instead. Okay, we've got Lambert next. So Lambert currently has 2 scrap. There's not a lot she can do with 2 scrap, to be fair, because both flashlights have gone and the motion detectors have gone. However, she could make a cat carrier. So we'll do that. We'll create a cat carrier. There we go. That can go on her deck. That's 1 action. And then she's going to go 2 actions, 3 actions, 4 actions. Draw a card. Right. Active crew member loses all scrap. And then shuffle all Order 937 encounter cards back into the encounter deck. If Ash is in the ship and no crew member is with him, move him 2 spaces. So he can't move because he's in the same space as Brett at the moment. So we've just got to shuffle all the Order 937 cards back into the deck, which I'll do now. Be back in a second. Okay, that's done. So we're now down to Brett. Brett gets 3 actions. He is currently in a space with Ash. And to prevent Ash from moving, because the alien currently is all the way down here, I am going to not move Brett. He's going to stay where he is. All he has to do is draw an encounter card. Let's hope for the best. It's not great. It's Alien Hunt. So the alien is going to move 2 spaces. Now, who's closest? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of doesn't really matter. So I think we're going to go this way. And he's only going 2 anyway, so we're going to go there and there. Okay, that's the end of that round of gameplay. Okay, back to it for another round. Ripley is going to go first. She is going to use one of her actions to move Lambert into this space, revealing this token, which is a false alarm. And then Ripley is going to move 1, 2, 3. Drawing a card. Alien Hunt for 2. So, who's closest? Probably Lambert now, so the alien is going to go 1, 2. Okay, Dallas is next. Dallas is currently in the galley. Dallas is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 and reveal that token, which is a false alarm. And he is then going to drop. No, he's not. He's going to pick up that scrap. That's for 5 actions. Okay, draw a card. Alien's going to move 1. And then hypersleep, we need to drop 2 scrap tokens up there because there's already a concealed token. So we're going to drop 2 up there. Alien's going to move 1, is obviously going to move into that space where Lambert is. We need to lose 2 morale. However, because of the flashlight, either on Dallas or Ripley, with that becomes 1. So move 1. And then Lambert needs to move 3 spaces. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're then on Parker. Parker is currently in the galley. He's going to use one action to add one scrap. He's going to then construct a the electric prod for 3. And then he's going to spend his last 2 actions and move 1, 2. Draw a card. Each crew loses 1 scrap. Only Dallas has got scrap at the moment, so he loses 1. And then if Ash is in the ship, move him 2 spaces. Now it doesn't say if Ash is in the ship and no one is with him. So he's going to move 2 spaces. So basically what he's going to do is he's going to go 1, 2. Would normally lose 1 morale, but we've got a flashlight on either Ripley or Dallas, so we don't lose any morale. Okay, we're then on to Lambert's turn. Lambert is going to go... She's going to go 1. Okay, that is Jonesy. You can see the cat on the bottom there. So we don't lose any morale. And Jonesy goes under the cat carrier. And then we're going to go 2. False alarm. Pick up that scrap for 3. And then for 4, we're going to make a motion tracker. Draw a card. Okay, so garage, 3 scrap. So the garage is here. There's already a concealed token there. So an extra 3 scrap in there. 1, 2, 3. And then the alien's going to move 1. So it's going to move to there. Flashlight reduces morale by 1. So we're losing 2 according to the card, as you can see on the top right, losing 2 morale. We're actually only losing 1 morale. There we go. And then Ripley needs to move 3, so she is going to move 1, 2, 3. False alarm. End of Lambert's turn. And then finally we've got Brett. So Brett is going to... He's going to go 1, 2, 3. Draw a card. Oh, it's an alien stalk card. Who's closest? Ripley is closest. So 1, 2, 3. We've got 3 morale to be lost. Yeah, Ripley hasn't got a motion detector, which a prod, which reduces morale by 2. So she can only reduce that morale by 1. So we're going to lose 2 more morale off the track. 1, 2. And then she's got to leave 3 spaces. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3. Reduce that, reveal that token. It's another alien encounter. So again, we're going to lose 2 morale because of the flashlight. Alien's going to move down to here. And then Ripley is going to move 1, 2, 3. Reveal that token. It's another alien token, so that's going to be 0 morale because she'll use a flashlight again. Alien moves to there, and Ripley is going to move 1, 2, 3 back to there. So that is the end of Brett's turn. So that's the end of another round. Okay, it really is time to get moving on these objectives. So this one, drop 2 coolant canisters in the docking bay. We're going to achieve that one first. And then this one, bring a incinerator to the airlock. That'll be the second one that we do. So let's get cracking. Ripley is going to pick up that canister for 1 action, pick up that scrap for 2 actions, move to the docking bay for 3 actions, and drop that canister for 4 actions. Alien moves 1, and we need to do workshop. So Alien's going to move to there. Workshop is here. There's already a concealed token in there, so we just need to drop 1 scrap in that room. Pardon me, the reason I burped was because I've just had my second rum and coke. Okay, that's Ripley done. Dallas is next. Dallas is going to go 1, 2, drop his coolant canister, which means we've achieved this one. And then he's got 2 actions left, so he's going to go 1, 2. Draw a card. Oh, so alien stalk card. Right, okay. So this means that we're going to go 1, 2 to Brett. We're going to lose 3 morale, except we're only going to lose 2 because of the flashlight. And then Brett is going to need to move 3 spaces, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3 into that room. Okay, we've then got Parker. Parker is currently here, so we need to get an incinerator to the airlock. So he's going to use 1 action to create a scrap token. He's then going to move 1, 2, 3. Draw a card. So he needs to move to the med bay, which is there. Whoops. And then Ash, if no character is with him, which is currently the case, he needs to move 2 spaces, and he'll move towards the closest character, which currently is Lambert. So he will go 1, 2. Lambert doesn't currently have any scrap. Normally lose 1 morale. However, we've got the flashlight, so that is absolutely fine. Okay, Lambert's turn next. So Lambert is going to move. She can't move this way because of the alien. She's got to move the other way. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Draw a card. And we need to drop 1 scrap and 1 concealed token in the bridge. And the alien needs to move 1 square towards the closest character, which is going to be Lambert. There. Sorry, not Lambert, that's Brett. Okay, so Brett is next. Brett is going to pick up all of this scrap. He is then going to craft a incinerator for 4 scrap. He's then going to use that incinerator to return the alien to the nest, which is his 3rd action. Alien then moves 1. Oh, my mistake. When you use the incinerator, you don't draw an encounter card. But that needs to change to one use remaining. Okay, that's the end of another round. Next round. So Ripley is going to move 1, 2. She's going to pick up that scrap for 3. And she's going to create an incinerator. And then for 4, she's going to trade that with Dallas. Drawing the card. Docking bay 2 and 1, and 1 move for the alien. 1 move for the alien. Docking bay 2 and 1. Okay. Dallas is then going to move 1, 2. Oh no, it's the alien. Oh no. Oh man. So that was 2 on the morale tracker, but only 1, obviously, because we've got the right, okay, so Parker has got a electric prod, so actually that reduces morale by 2, and it doesn't have to be his turn, so we can reduce that down to 0, but he's got to move 3 spaces, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3. Doesn't draw a card. Parker is next. Parker is here. So Parker is going to add 1 scrap for 1 action, and then move 1, 2, 3. Draws a card. Galley 2 and 1. And then the alien moves 1, which is going to move to there, obviously. That is 2 on the morale tracker. So again, Parker is going to use his electric prod. That means that's expired. And she needs to move 3. So she's going to go 1. No, she's going to go 1. She's going to go... 1, 2, 3. Reveal that one. It's alien. Flashlight reduces that to 0. She then has to go... Where's she going to go next? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Right. So it's Dallas. He's moved. Parker is next. No, Parker's moved already. So it's Lambert next. So Lambert is going to move 1, pick up those 2, 3, 4. Draws a card. Okay. Alien back to the nest. Concealed token in every room where there is not a character currently. Okay, and yeah, that's all good. And then shuffle the alien cards back into the deck. So I'll do that and I'll see you in a second. Okay, that's done. And now we're on to Brett, who is currently here. And Brett needs to... Brett's got 1 use left on his incinerator, but he really needs to get out of here. So... what can he build? Anything? No, there's not really anything he can build. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3. Alien. Okay, we need to lose 2 off the tracker, which means we're going to lose 1 because of the flashlight, and then Brett needs to move 3. So he is going to move... He's going to move 1. False alarm. 2, 3. Doesn't need to pick up a card. Okay. Now I just made a very silly error. And actually what I should have done with Brett is moved 1, 2, 3, because he's got an incinerator and we need to get it to the airlock. So, that's what would have happened. So we don't lose any morale because of the flashlight. However, the alien moves to there and then he moves 3. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's the end of that round. Okay, so Ripley's up. Ripley is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so alien stalk for 3 morale. What have we got? Have we got anything we can use? So no, only the flashlight. So we're going to lose another 2 morale. 1, 2. The alien is going to move 1, 2, 3, and then Brett is going to move 3 spaces in the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3. That is another Jonesy. However, Jonesy's already been caught, so I think that doesn't apply. Even if it did, we wouldn't lose any morale anyway, because we've got a flashlight. Okay, Dallas is next. Now Dallas needs to get his incinerator to the airlock, which is, he's here, the airlock is all the way over there. So what he's going to do, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lambert can't do it in 4. Quandary. So he is just going to simply move 1, 2, 3, 4, and then use his incinerator for his 5th action to send the alien back to the nest. And then he doesn't have to use or draw a card. So that's Dallas done. Parker is next. Parker has 2 scrap, but he can add an additional scrap, which he's going to do. And then that's 1 action, 2 actions to create a grapple gun. Whoops. Grapple gun. Now a grapple gun allows him to move the alien up to 3 spaces if it's within 3 spaces. So that's 2 actions, 3 actions, 4 actions. Draws a card. Each crew member loses 1 scrap. Move Ash 2 spaces. Okay. Lose a scrap, lose a scrap, lose a scrap. Whoops. Dropping them on the floor. And then move Ash 2. Now he's going to have to move into that space with Lambert 1, 2. But again, we have the flashlight, so we don't actually lose any morale. Okay. Lambert is next. Lambert gets 4 actions. She is going to simply move 1, 2, 3. Pick up those scrap. Draws a card. Active member loses all scrap, so Lambert loses that last scrap token. Oh, actually, she picked up 2, didn't she? So, yeah, loses all scrap, so she loses all the 3. Okay, Ash is in the ship. No crew member is moving 2 spaces. He's going to move to the nearest character, which is there. Don't lose any morale because of the flashlight. However, we need to pull the 937, order 937 cards back into the deck. So I'll do that, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, that's all done. And then finally, we've got Brett. Brett is here. Brett gets 3 actions. He's going to pick up that scrap just because it's there. And then he's going to move 1, 2, draws a card. Alien moves 2. 1, 2. That's the end of another round. Okay, we're on the final dash to deliver this final objective, which is bring an incinerator to the airlock. Now, it doesn't say drop an incinerator in the airlock, which basically means You have to get a character with an incinerator into that room. However, they don't need to leave the incinerator there. So what we're going to do is Ripley is going to use 3 of her actions to move Dallas. 1, 2, 3. Dallas has an incinerator. So that is an incinerator in the airlock, which means that that mission is achieved. She's got 1 action left, so she is going to just move, and she's going to move 1 space to there. She then draws a card. Alien hunt. The alien moves 2 spaces, and closest character is going to be Brett, so the alien's going to move 1, 2. Okay, now because we finished that final objective, we get to turn over the final mission card. The final mission card is "You have my sympathies." So place all discarded coolant canisters into equipment storage. Equipment storage is down here. So 1, that one, those 2, and that one. Number 2, place Ash at Mother. Ash moves towards crew members when he moves. So Ash needs to go to Mother up the top there. Okay, so defeat Ash by dealing 3 damage to him. Whenever Ash encounters a crew member, that crew member must discard a coolant canister to deal 1 damage to Ash and move him 3 spaces of their choice. Otherwise, you lose 3 morale and flee 3 spaces. When Ash is defeated, remove Ash from the ship. And then we have to use an incinerator on the alien after Ash has been destroyed. So we basically need to get down here to pick up coolant canisters. So this is going to be a bit difficult because Dallas is stuck behind the alien currently. So what he's going to do is he's going to use his incinerator to move the alien back down to the nest. That was the last use of his incinerator. He is then going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. Draws a card. Oh my god, it's an alien stalk card. So we've got a grapple gun. However, that is on Parker, who is here. Parker is too far away to use that on the alien. So all we've got is the flashlight. So that's going to reduce the morale to 2. Look where we are. 1, 2. This is getting pretty hectic. He's going to move to there. And then Dallas is going to move 1, 2, 3. Parker is next. So Parker is going to move. He's going to move 1. That puts the alien within 3. 1, 2, 3. So he's then going to move the alien back to the nest for 2 actions. That puts the grapple gun down to 1. He is then going to move 1, 2, draw a card. Alien stalk. Right, this is because we had to put all the alien cards back into the deck, basically. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Lambert's next. Lambert already has a coolant canister. So she is going to go 1, 2. No, she can't do that. I was hoping she'd be able to get to Ash and then whack him over the head, but she can't. So she is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, simply to get out of the way. Return the alien to the nest. Concealed token on all rooms without a character inside. And bridge. And finally, shuffle all alien encounter cards back into the deck. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so that was Lambert. Brett is up next. Brett is there. So Brett gets 3 actions, and there's virtually no scrap on the board. There is literally scrap there. But we need to get these coolant canisters. So Brett is going to move 1, false alarm, 2, 3, and then draw a card. Each crew loses 1 scrap. Move Ash 2 spaces. Brett's only got 1 anyway. 1, 2. That's the end of another round. Start of another round. So just a quick recap. At the moment, the only person that's got a canister is Lambert. Lambert is here. There's a big stack of canisters here with 1 concealed token. Now we need to get at least 3, ideally 4 of those canisters, and use them to defeat Ash, and then use an incinerator on the alien to win the game. However, we've only got literally 1 morale point left before we lose the crew. So here we go. So Ripley is going to use 1 action to move Dallas down to here. We're going to reveal this token, and it's a false alarm, luckily. She's also going to use another action to move Brett down to here. Now, because Brett has got the incinerator, he could potentially put the alien back in the nest quite quickly. She's got 2 actions left, so she's going to go 1, 2 as well. Okay, that's the end of her turn. Draw a card. The active crew member moves to the med bay. Move Ash 2 squares. Great. So she's going to go back to med bay. There's a token there. Oh, false alarm. He needs to move 2, 1, 2. End of Ripley's turn. Dallas is next. He's going to pick up 1 of these, and he is going to then move 2, 3, 4. He's going to use his canister on Ash for 5. Ash then has to move 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Draw a card. Each crew loses 1 scrap. There is no scrap. If Ash is in the ship, move him 2 spaces. 1, 2. Okay, we're then on to Parker. Parker is just here. So we're going to move Parker 1, 2, 3, 4. And then draw a card. Okay, so we need to move Ash 2 spaces, but we can only move him 1 because he stops when he meets a character. Dallas has got a flashlight, so it doesn't lose any morale. And then we need to shuffle all the 937 order cards back into the deck. So I'll do that now. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, that's the end of Parker's turn. We're now on to Lambert. Now, Lambert has got a coolant canister, but she's currently here, so she hasn't got enough actions to be able to get up to Ash and deal him any damage. So we need to think a little bit about what she's going to do. So she can reveal a token up to 2 spaces away. So we're going to reveal that, which is a false alarm. She gets an action back, so she's still got 4 actions. And she's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, and then draw a card. Oi, oi, oi. Okay, concealed tokens. One there, one there. I think that's it. Yeah, that's all good. Okay, finally we've got Brett. Brett is down here. Brett is going to pick up a canister. And then he's going to move one. It's the alien. We're dead, I'm afraid. So, grapple gun. What's the grapple gun give us? Parker's got a grapple gun. Can't use it. It's not his turn. Brett can't use the incinerator. Yeah, so we're going to lose one morale. So actually we're okay. We're going to lose one morale. Alien's going to go to there. Brett's going to move 3. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, so I feel like this is the end game round. We've only got to lose one more morale and then we're out. So let's see what we can do. We basically need to deal 2 damage to Ash with coolant canisters. So Ripley, who is stuck here, she's going to use her actions to move Dallas 1 space to there. She's then going to move herself 1, 2, and then she's going to move Brett there for 4. Alien Stalk card. What have we got that we can use? Motion tracker, can't use it. Electric prod, can't use electric prod. Have we got an electric prod? No, we haven't. Right. Okay. And there you go. That 1 card has lost us the game. So we can't deal with that 3 morale loss. We can only reduce it to 2 with a flashlight, which basically means we are all dead. So we didn't actually get to fulfill our final mission objective. We were still 2 coolant canisters short in terms of killing Ash. So Ash gives us an evil laugh. The alien bites our face off. And we are consigned to oblivion. There you go. I'm sure that the reason this happens is because I haven't painted the minis. Okay, well, again, it's another loss. We're going to give this another go at some point, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.